Hello, Internet! Once again, it's that time of the year. October has... No, not October. Halloween. Well, I'm too lazy to do the intro again. Halloween has come upon us, which means I'm gonna read another stupid creepypasta. That's what's happening. We did it last year with... Or probably earlier than last year with the Mario one. This time, we got an epic Team Fortress 2 pasta. For those of you who don't know what Team Fortress 2 is, it's basically Overwatch, but older. It's called Spy, by the way. I am not sure if I should or shouldn't tell this story. Chances are nobody will believe me, as I no longer have any proof. But I feel, for the safety of others, I have to talk about the Spy, and why you should be afraid of him as I am. Or you should be as afraid of him as I am. I'm sorry, I'm very tired. Did I mention that? This story takes place on October 27th, 2012, a few days before Halloween. I was looking forward to hanging out with my friends and do our annual movie night. On this night, though, I chose to stay home and play Team Fortress 2. My favorite class was the Spy, challenging but rewarding. It was so addicting to play. I even had the outfit for a cosplay at my local game and anime conventions, as well as butterfly knives, so I could learn how to do flips and tricks. As you can tell, I'm a freaking nerd, but proud of it. Gaming is a passion to me. Team Fortress 2 was easily one of my favorite games. During this time, the Halloween event for the game was going on, and I was trying to get the achievements and special items that were available that year. So I was playing Sniper with the Huntsman, primarily so I could kill Marasmus when he showed up. Everything seemed fine until I was killed by a Spy. The kill cam came up, and it was someone named Spy with no hats or unlocks of any kind. Huh. Well, that's embarrassing, I thought to myself, and here I thought I was so good at the class, and I ended up being killed by a new player. At least I figured he was a new player, considering his loadout. Oh well, I went about my business and continued to play. Welcome for some more unprofessional parts. Give me a second, I just accidentally scrolled down. I am so sorry. I was in the middle of fighting Marasmus and was killed by Spy again. And it was odd, because I thought I was doing well to prevent him from backstabbing me. Clearly he wasn't a new player. He was smart about avoiding until I was completely distracted. So I figured, why not play Spy as well? It would be fun to play against someone who obviously knew what he was doing, so I went Spy and played as normal. I went around stabbing and shooting people, trying to find him so I could just go toe-to-toe with him in a Spy duel. But I never could find him, so I went about going after his team instead. Just before killing an enemy medic, I was killed yet again, same player. This guy is good, I thought. His timing was perfect. I decided to check the scoreboard to see how many points he had, but there wasn't anyone named Spy. I was a little disappointed, and I figured he left the server and decided to go ahead and go back to trying to get the achievements again. When I was backstabbed by who else? Spy. To add insult to injury, there was a message in the server chat that said, Spy. You are an amateur and a fool. I was getting a little bit agitated. I could never seem to find this guy before he killed me, and I would keep seeing the same thing every time when the camera zoomed in. A Spy with the stock loadout and a smile on his face. Yeah, a smile, like he was grinning at the fact that he killed me. I decided to quit and just, come back. Lost the text. I am sorry. This is a very unprofessional recording, but I think that's what Halloween's all about. Unprofessionalism. Like, you ever go to a trick-or-treating, like when you're like 4 or 5 or 6 or 7 or 15 or 30, I don't care. And like you go to someone's house and like you can clearly tell they didn't actually buy candy because like they just have like chips from their cupboard and like maybe a few months, or sometimes I'll just be like, wait, just let me get out my wallet, and they do like $1 or something. I mean, those are always my favorite houses because like money's money, man. I'll take, even at 5 years old, I was like, I'll take $1 over a Hershey's bar any day. So yeah, where was I? Reading the story. That's right. I decided to just quit and come back later, but I was still a little agitated, not at the fact that he kept killing me, but the fact that I tried to look for him, even checked the scoreboard for his name and there was nothing. Who the heck just leaves for a brief moment, then comes to kill someone? I admit it worked, but how would they know I was looking at that particular point in time? It just didn't make sense. I joined a non-Halloween server, deciding to play Badwater, one of my favorite maps for Spy. I was having fun up until I was killed by a spy, and it was him again, same looking name. Only he seemed different somehow. The text was changed a bit, his suit looked darkened due to aging, and his face looked pale. The same thing kept happening. I would try to look for him, I still ended up getting killed, and like the other server, I didn't see him on the scoreboard. Ended up dominating me, and I saw a message in the chat again. Spy, I'm going to cut you like a Cornish game hen. I was a little disturbed. I asked my teammates if they saw this guy or if he was killing anyone. They all said these spies aren't that good and weren't having any problems. I asked them, what about Spy? And they said they weren't killed by anyone with a name like that. While I was typing another message, I was killed by Spy yet again and asked if anyone saw that. I saw this reply, do you have a bind or something? It keeps saying that you killed yourself. I stopped. I must be losing my mind. So there's a player only I can see who is killing me, but nobody else is seeing him in game, or seeing his messages in chat, and everyone else it feels like I'm suiciding. This is crazy. How does any of this make any sense? I said to myself. Then I saw another message in the chat. Before we read that message, let's read Anime Dan TV's message. Maybe you are crazy. I'm hoping that's the plot twist. I'm going to say right now, I hope the plot twist is that the guy was actually killing himself in-game the whole time because he's retarded. But, let's go back to the actual text and see if I get proven right or wrong. Spy. May I ask a suggestion? Run. Then my game froze briefly and I was disconnected from the server. A little creeped out, I decided to join another server, because that worked so well the first 2 times you did it. The map was upward, we were still at first point, I picked Soldier, as in Soldier 76, guys, and started moving out of spawn. I checked around the spawn door, nothing, so I started heading to the front line. Checked my back once, nothing. Moved a little further, checked it again, still nothing. I decided to rocket jump the rest of the way and look behind me, back as I was jumping. I saw him standing still as I flying in midair, only for a brief moment. Then cloaked and disappeared. I decided to hell with this and went back to find him. I searched above, in the tunnels, by the edge of the cliff, nowhere to be found. So I started moving towards the front line again, trying to check my back every so often. He wasn't stabbing me this time. I would check my back every so often, and I'd just see him there, you know, looking at me, before cloaking and running away. I would chase him, I figured it was pointless. I'd never find him. It was like catching a ghost. No matter what I did, I would never catch him before he killed me. He was toying with me. He knew I couldn't do anything to stop him. Eventually, I gave up looking for him and tried to have some fun blasting people with my rocket launcher and blowing up. I was having a good time for a while, then as I was pushing the cart, I was backstabbed again, and then I was legitimately freaked out. I saw him again, but this time he was zombified. His suit was torn raggedy, with dried blood on it. His right arm and legs had its bones showing at the knee and elbow, and the balaclava was now over his skull. The flesh was gone. It shouldn't have scared me this much, since it was part of the Halloween event. Haha, retard. Haha, retard. I have to say that was my addition. The text did not say that. But after everything that has been happening up until this point, I was scared at the sight of the dead spy. I left the server and decided to check my recent players list. Surely there was something there. Every player has a Steam profile, right? I looked at the list and there he was. The name was just Spy and the avatar was the spy himself. A close-up of the face of a twisted and evil grin that went from ear to ear, kind of just like TF2 SFM. That's all I've really seen of TF2 is the occasional really bad SFM in my recommended. So I'm assuming that he just stole it from youtube.com/TF2SFM. Let's see here. And his eyes, they had a tint of red in the pupils, almost demonic. I checked the player profile page. The image was still there, that evil smile looking right at me. He had no location, headline, or player introduction. The page was almost entirely blank. I looked at his Team Fortress 2 stats, and he had about 44,204 hours logged in the game. No ellipses in ellipses way. I looked at his player stats, all of his hours were Spy, and he had over 1 million points, and his longest life matched his playtime. Meaning that this player, whoever it was, never died. I did the math, he's been playing since 2007, October 10th, the day the game was released. I went back to his profile page and the headline changed to I see you. I was freaking out. I knew that wasn't there a few minutes ago. All of a sudden I heard the loud noise coming from my speakers like a siren. Then a blue screen came up. Realizing that my computer just crashed, I rebooted it. Back up and got the login, typed in my password, a screen with nothing on my desktop, nothing. No shortcuts, no background, nothing at all. Explorer was still working, and I could still navigate the taskbar, but a small amount of static could be heard from my speakers. Well, author, I guess my friend in middle school is right. Steam is a virus, do not download it. I figured then I must have gone to some kind of fake Steam site and downloaded a virus. Whoa, that's actually the text, nice. I updated my antivirus and malware software and began scanning. I also started up Steam and was getting ready to send a ticket to Steam support. Whoever this bastard was, I was going to report him. This was more than just some typical hacker or something. It was like I was being stalked. I checked my recent players list, his name was still there, I clicked on his name, got a 404 error saying the page should not exist. I refreshed as many times as I could, but the result was the same. Once again, I scrolled down. I'm sorry, I did not mean to do that. Suddenly every program I had open crashed, my taskbar disappeared, and then the static increased in volume. The black background changed into a horrific image I will never be able to forget. The image of the spy, grinning from ear to ear, appeared. But worse, the spy was now a decayed corpse. Wow, it's really scary. You could see where bits of flesh used to be, and his smile was showing with some teeth missing. The right side of his face was blown out, like he had taken a shotgun blast to the face, but he still had bits of his eyeball where it used to be, and where the left eye stared directly at me. Well, you know, whatever works, whatever works. It was yellow with some small red cracks in it, similar to how yours would look if you spent a long period of time without sleeping. And while this image is stuck on my screen, I hear one of the spy's lines booming from my speakers. I'm coming for you. I have no idea what spy sounds like, by the way. Please do not get mad at me in the comments. Then I hear him laughing, normally at first, and then increasing my volume and becoming more distorted and twisted, looping over and over, creating an echo in my room. My ears were ringing as it kept getting louder and louder. I covered my ears, but still it was cutting through, piercing my eardrums. I reached for the power cable and pulled it off, shutting off my computer instantly. I've reformatted my computer since then. I had no choice. After that incident, my computer wouldn't get past the Windows Startup screen. I had to reset my computer to factory settings to get it working again. Since then, my computer's been working fine. I've been able to play other games. I told my friends and family the computer crashed and I had to reset it, but I didn't tell them about that night because they think I'm crazy, because I am. Team Fortress 2 is obviously on my Steam account, but I haven't installed it. I'm downloading it as I type this, and I hope that by sharing this with you, I'll be able to play it again without shaking. I miss the game, but I can't get rid of this fear I have of the spy hunting me in real life. I've been having nightmares since then, and they always play out in the same way. I come home at night as I'm trying to unlock a door. I feel a knife being plugged in my back, and it's as I'm being pushed down, you know, spy's decaying hand over my mouth, his eye looking directly into mine, laughing as I bleed to death. And then every time he wakes up sweating with his butterfly knife in his bed. That's how you know you're an epic gamer, when you keep your butterfly knife on you in your bed all times. Anyways, this is me. It's Animated NTV. You know who it is. It's the boy, the man, the myth, the legend. Happy Halloween. I'm sorry this is a very unprofessional video, but I don't really care, to be honest. The way I have my schedule set up, Tuesdays and Wednesdays, when I upload them, those are supposed to be unprofessional videos. Fridays are supposed to be like, I at least try. So yeah, subscribe if you want to subscribe, like if you want to do that. Dislike if you want to dislike it. Either way, that counts as a viewer interaction no matter what you do. Dislike it and spam comments saying you hate me. I don't care. That gives me more interaction. It gives me more recommendation stuff. Anyways, bye.